Kielder Reservoir, Kielder Water, Kielder Forest Park. It's got a few names that it goes by, but I'm Andrew, and this is a video of my first trial at a bike expedition, a one-nighter, stopping at one of the 17 backpacking sites within Kielder Forest, Plachettes. So just a quick look around from what I can see from here. I'm just a mile or so upshore from Leaplish, and this is the views we've got, which makes Kielder so popular. Very, very peaceful. Last night in the tent, all I heard was the water sloshing. A couple of curious noises of animals calling out in the night, but don't know what they were. May have been a fox or something. But very, very peaceful. It's now about 10:30 on Sunday morning, and as you can see, fantastic, great views, very, very quiet. Anybody's out there who have the chance to get up to Kielder and give it a go, certainly do recommend it. Great place. So hope you enjoy the video, and please leave some comments, tell me what you think, or tell me where I'm going wrong. Bye. Well, this is it. We've arrived at the Janus Chairs at Kielder. A bit later than planned. As you can see, it's pitch black, so it's going to be interesting putting the tent up in this. It's not a bad little spot. As we go over here, last time I came here, this is where we camped, just on this little flat section in front of us, and there's three of us that time, big enough to get about 6 or 7 tents on. You can see it's reasonably flat, a few rocks there so you can get a bit of a fire going, and get the tents around it. Nice little bit of community there, but my choice for the night, providing I don't fall over, it's right next to the Janus Chairs. 3 great big ornamental chairs that swivel so you can look out across the lake, and this is going to be my spot for the night. Fairly flat, looks okay, not too muddy, but who cares, I'll wash the tent when I get home. One point to note is the lake is considerably higher than last time. It's right up to the shoreline. I thought it would be when I saw how high the river was on the way up, but that is where we are today. And this is my rig, giant XTC mountain bike, built it myself, so it's not standard spec. Some of the things are a little bit better than standard, and some of the things are not quite so good. Been riding with a couple of Electron LED lights for the night, just under the handlebars there. They've lit the way, although it has been slow going at times, because they just don't penetrate into the darkness enough. On the back, Toe Peak Journey Trailer, with it's the standard tyre that's on there, a slick, so that'll be getting changed out next time for a one with a bit more grip, so hopefully that won't drag so much. On the back, a little bit too much on the back. I've got my tripod for my camera at the moment, I want to try and get some shots, and that red bag is my tent. It's a Vango Banshee 200, just big enough to get all the kit inside and myself, nice and comfy. Sadly bright orange, so no good for discreet camping, but it's handled reasonably well. What I'll do now is I'll just get set up, and then I'll get the camera going again shortly. Well, good morning and welcome to a rather wet Sunday morning. As you saw from the shorter clip that was a little bit earlier, it was absolutely pitch black when I got here last night. So another quick tour of the site. This is Plachettes in Kielder Forest, one of 17 backpacking sites that you're allowed to use free. All you've got to do is email the tourist information here at Kielder just to let them know that you're coming, and it's perfectly fine. As you can see, the water level on the lake is quite high. Last time I was here it was a good 5 or 6 foot further down than this, quite a lot of rocks exposed. So it was interesting listening to the water sloshing last night. Over here, this is my Vango Banshee 200. It's a nice compact little tent, not too heavy, around 2 kilos. Packs up reasonably small, and it goes on the top of this trailer. This is my Toe Peak Journey trailer. It got absolutely covered with pine needles and muck last night, so it was interesting trying to keep things clean. It's nice and lightweight, even fully loaded it's still an easy lift, so not too bad. Sadly the slick tyre on the back I think was causing a bit of drag last night, so that'll be getting changed out for a knobbly once I get home. And this is the bike, which I was wondering why the gears were causing so many problems last night, but when you look at how much muck's built up in the gears it's hardly surprising. But it's a bike I made myself, bought the frame and everything from eBay, and a few other bits and pieces I've upgraded over the years. It's a Giant XTC, as you can see, so it's one of the lightweight hardtail bikes from Giant, with some good components and maybe some not so good components on it. It's done me well through various competitions, and this is the first mountain bike expedition I've ever tried, just a mini one to see how it works out. Hanging on the side of my tent, that little green thing is a freeloader. It's just a large solar panel for charging up a battery, so if the mobile phone goes flat I can get the phone recharged, but not a problem this time because there's no mobile signal, so I just turned the phone off. I'm not going to bother getting the cooker out this morning. What I've got is just one of them little storm stoves that Gillette do. Quickly show you that one once I get my tarpaulin out of the way. Double D tarp, as advertised by somebody on the group. I shall be practicing the tent. So this is my little cooker. Like I said, I'm not going to be using it this morning. Nice and compact, breaks down into a few parts, and the stove sits on top of that. I use the Optimus Terra stove with the little heat exchanger on the bottom. So again, it's nice and compact. Once I get the stove folded out, one Optimus Terra stove, as you can see, it's got the heat exchanger on the bottom. It sits quite nicely on top of there, and it also has a lid that comes with it. Doubles up as a small saucepan, and there we go. I did time it at home with a slightly empty gas canister, and it took around about 5 or 6 minutes to boil water, so I should have timed it last night, but I was more interested in getting some hot food down my neck and a hot drink. It just uses the large gas canisters, although I do have an adapter just to use the smaller ones. And to make things work a little bit better, I have the aluminium heat shield that wraps around and gives me a nice little windshield to keep the wind from the flames and let it cook a little bit better. I'll just pop over here. Last time I came here we camped on this little section here, so I thought I'd show you that for anybody who's interested in coming themselves. This is what's referred to on the backpacking pamphlet as the actual location. As you can see, it's reasonably flat. It's not too lumpy. There's a few tree stumps there, so you can get yourself sat around a nice little campfire. You probably get about 5 or 6 small one-man tents on there. Get a group of people together, make a good night of it. Maybe even a weekend, a few beers. Plentiful supply of water. That's not a problem. What I did last time, I just got my a spare camelback bladder with a sock over the mouth, down into the lake, filled it up with water to get the nasties out, and then I have a little aqua filter that plugs on the end of the pipe to take all of the tiny little unsteamed nasties out. Give it a quick boil, and there you go, good water. Might have a slightly brown colour to it, but it's still good water. I shall be getting on my way now, just packing up, and I'll probably make another recording later. Right, this should be the last video. Maybe not, maybe not. Anyway, this is the bike. Got everything packed away now, as you can see. Tent's cleared. And what I've just noticed is all of these clumps of grass that are in pretty straight lines going around the area I've been sleeping. That's obviously how high the lake's been in the past. So quite fortunate last night that the water level stayed where it was, and I was actually camping just below the highest line that the lake's been at. So then, onto the trailer, Toe Peak Journey trailer with slick tyre as I mentioned before. The tent is on the outside, and I have got my tripod for my camera as well, which I haven't really used because the weather's been terrible. Well, not terrible, but overcast, damp, nothing to see. So maybe I'll get it out later, get some shots of me on the move. Inside there I've got my 3 season sleeping bag, so it's quite a bit bulkier than normal. I do use a much smaller sleeping bag during the fairer weather, so everything should fit inside usually. Fastens onto the back of the bike with a special rear axle which comes with the trailer. Basically 2 little hooks, quick release fitting, takes about 10 seconds to fit, so nice and easy to use. And then the troublesome bike, the gears did nothing but clunk and grind yesterday, so a little bit of fiddling on the way around. But as you can see, there is quite a bit of muck in amongst the gears, which won't be helping matters. So no doubt that'll build up again today, and I'll have clunky grindy gears for the 10 or 15 mile ride back to the car. So this is me on my way, head up this path and then journey around through the forest. It's going to take me around the lakeside, up to Kielder Castle, over the viaduct, and then come back down the other side to where we can just see at the other side of the lake some boats and the end of the trees. That's where I need to be. Barely half a mile away, but I should have brought the canoe for that one. More videos later hopefully, but we'll see.